nice and fluffy and soft and delicious and rich, and yeah. Now these look, I don't know how to go about it, like donut. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today what are we doing? We are yet again winging it. I dreamt about some donuts and I want to make them, and we're gonna wing it. No recipe, just vibes. Let's get into it. To start with, I'm gonna use a cup of milk. Yes, I'm using dairy milk, and yes, I'm you will see when we get there. That's a cup of milk. I'm gonna pop the milk in the microwave so I can warm it up.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Warm milk. The temp, you just want it to be warm, like not too hot. Like when I put my finger in it, it's not burning, so it's perfect. I just did a quick 50 seconds. I'm gonna add 3 I'm gonna add 3 teaspoons active dry yeast. I don't want to go too heavy on my sugar because I don't like things that are too sweet. And we're gonna add icing on top of the donuts, so I'm going in with 1/3 of a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla essence, whisk it together. Then I'm gonna set it aside to bloom. While that's blooming, we have another bowl in here. Oh, the airplane is loud. The birds are loud, the airplane is loud, the people are loud. Wing on the airplane to pass by, wing on the airplane to pass by. So to this other bowl, I'm adding 3 cups of flour. Nutmeg. A lot of people skip out on the nutmeg in their donuts, but nutmeg is the donut flavor. So I just went in with a few sprinklings of that. I'm just gonna go in with a pinch of salt. You gotta season everything. And then once your yeast is beautifully bloomed like this, foamy, to it I'm gonna add 2 large eggs. I hope this is gonna be like nice. Oh my gosh, it's so loud out here. Why? I'm hoping this is gonna be nice and fluffy and soft and delicious and rich, and hey, nice and fluffy and soft and delicious and rich, and yeah. So whisking in the eggs. This is all the butter I have left over. Let me weigh it and see how much butter this is. That's 32 grams of softened butter. I want it to start to melt a bit in the... I'm just making sure that my eggs are whisked into the... What's this again? Milk. Back to this puppy. Whisk in the nutmeg and salt. Add your milk mixture into that, making sure I'm getting every little bit of it. No, I'm starting with a fork. Start mixing it. This is what they call an enriched dough. An enriched dough you use to make brioche bun, your donuts. The reason why they call it enriched is because you added in the eggs, the milk, the butter. That's what makes it enriched. This winging it business, hey. One day it will get me in trouble. I'm moving on to my hand. Once I got it to this stage, I'm gonna move on to the counter. I'm gonna flour it liberally, scoop it on up here. If you want to, you can use your electric mixer. And now we knead until it forms a nice smooth ball and the gluten is activated. Okay, the dough feels perfect right now. I don't need all of the rest of the flour. This is perfect. The flour that I'm using, by the way, is just cake flour. Donut because you want it to be light and fluffy. Cake flour is the best. The dough is nice and smooth, and then when you press it, it springs right back. We're gonna oil it so nothing sticks. Spread it around. Make sure I coat the top of the dough also. And then I'm gonna cover this in plastic and let it double in size. It has been an hour. Yes, an enriched dough does take longer to rise. And our dough is looking pretty. Look at it. So nice and so beautiful. So now I'm gonna knock the air out. Allow my surface so it doesn't stink. And then get it on here. There we go. I'm also gonna flour the top. I'm not sure how thin I'm gonna roll it up, but I need to factor in the second rise. I don't want like humongous. Donuts, right? I think that's thick enough because it's gonna rise again. That's about 1/2 centimeter. Then I've got my cutters. Is this too big? Should I go for this size donut? Or maybe this size because it's gonna rise. Cutting it. Oh, they look small though. I've got some parchment paper over here. I'm gonna cut off a piece.
What is that?
And then I'm gonna place them on top of it so they can rise. Give them space in between so they can rise beautifully. Get cling wrap and cover them just to make sure that they don't dry out. And then I'm gonna take this dough, mix it up a bit, roll it out. And with this one, you're gonna do some round donuts to stuff there. While the donuts are resting and rising, they're nearly ready. It's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna heat up some oil. If it is oil, all of my oil, all of my oil. I'm having it on medium heat because you want them to cook nice and slow so that they stay soft and raw, but you don't want them to brown too quickly. While I'm waiting for the oil to heat up, I'm gonna cut squares around the, what's it called, baking paper, so I can lift them up nicely into the oil. The off cast to check if our oil is warm enough. Yes, you can see it's floating immediately. And I'm gonna, just like that, another one. I'm gonna turn the heat down. It seems a bit warm, too hot for me. Okay, once they're done, I'm gonna set them on a cooling rack so the oil can drip drip. I think they're ready for a flip. They're browning too quickly. I don't like this first batch, so I'm gonna turn the heat way down for the next batch. So I'm gonna take the oil off the heat a bit so that it cools down. The inside does look pretty, as you can see. It's cooked nicely, but it's a bit burnt. We are back with the oil being cooled down, so let's try that again. I've never fried on gas, so that's my problem right now. These ones in there. I must say, I tasted that one. They need a lot more sugar, like 1/2 cup, double the amount of sugar. Now this is the heat I was looking for. And you can see they're getting a bit more of a rise because they're cooking slower. Ready for a flip. Now these look like donuts. One last flip. This is the color we're going for. Ready to come out. Look at how pretty. So pretty. Our donuts are nice and cool. Look at the round one. They got the nice line that you need to get. Perfection. I started with melting some chocolate, and then I have 1/2 cup here. I'm gonna measure out 1/2 cup of icing sugar. I think that's too much. I'm gonna do half of this, so that's 1/4 cup. Making sure that I'm sifting it. And then to it, I'm gonna add a drop of milk at a time to get the desired consistency. That's a drop. Mix it in. So it's another drop. It's not gonna be able to dip in there, so I need a bit more. It's winging it. We're not measuring anything. That's perfect. I'm gonna start with the donuts with the holes, dunking it in. How pretty is that? So I'm gonna get 4 of each. I might have made my glaze a bit runny, but it looks pretty, right? The birds are loud, yo. Gorgeous. Nothing I hate more than like when you get donuts and you see chocolate donuts, and I'm expecting that it's dipped in chocolate, but it's dipped in chocolate icing. That infuriates me. Everybody's so loud. And now for my round donuts that I'm gonna stuff. I made some custard. I just used the powdered custard. The correct thing would have been for me to make creme pat, but I'm lazy. I just made it according to packaging to make I know what's this texture called. A hard, is it hard? What? Thick custard. You can see it's very thick. Now it's cooled down. I'm gonna pour it into this piping bag. Poke a small hole with a knife just so the nozzle can enter. You'll feel it when it's full, it will push itself out. Let me do them all. And all of them I'm gonna dip into the chocolate. We are done. Look at our donuts. Look at them. Look at them. Let me do my cross section that I usually do with the stuffed one. I don't know how to go about it. There's the custard filling. Let me go in for a bite.
That's love.
This is so good. I'm so happy. Now that they're iced, I don't think they need sugar. I think they're perfect. So if you like things on the sweeter side, you can add a bit more sugar if that's your vibe. Glazed donut inside. Like, look at that. If that's not beauty, I don't know what is. Once you have your icing on there, the sweetness is perfection. It's not too sweet. So winging it has worked out for me. I will write the recipe down in the caption. And thank you very much for joining me for this video. If you like it, please press the thumbs up button. Please like it, please like it, please like it. Just joking. If you enjoyed it, like it. And if you want to be part of the family, press the subscribe button and join us. So that's it for today's video. Bye bye.